it's got that rabbi all pushed over like in that Matrix thing. All right. Christian, let me borrow you. So we talked about recomposing guard. Very important is your number one priority for everybody, especially at the beginning stages. Be hard to submit. The harder you are to submit, the better your defense is. And even though you can't maybe get into an offensive position to submit others, your progression is not measured by your ability to submit others. It's measured by your ability to survive and be hard to submit. Luke, is that on? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, next, open guard, okay? Your open guard in the beginning will work until it immediately fails. Doesn't mean it can't work, it means you weren't able to make it work. So then I have to be able to recompose the guard. We talked about this on Tuesday night, I think it was, okay? And we're talking about framing. There's a time when you pull, there's a time when you frame, there's a time when you push. Framing basically means you're creating space. You create the space, you take the space. His first obstacle that he has to get by: feet, knees, okay? Then he has to get my hips, chest, head, and control and keep me flat. For me, okay, my first line of defense, my feet and my knees, then my hands and my elbows. So feet, knees, hands, elbows, okay? Elbows are just knees on your arms. My happy birthday, by the way. All right, so as Christian is slowly passing, he wants to move out of the way, the obstacles, which are my feet and knees. From here, it's completely useless for me to do anything other than frame and move. So as he progresses, I frame, move my hips, shoulders, and I want to bring my feet and knees inside to take up the space that I created and recompose the guard, okay? And we'll start with passing on the ground, okay? It'll be easier for you guys. Good, see? 2 knees down, no bueno, okay? 1 knee up, 1 knee down. So as he's passing, let's get past that obstacle. And I frame here, okay? This right here is more for pulling than for framing. As he pushes into me, I'm able to frame here and here. And I'm able to use that pressure that he's giving me to recompose the guard, pull him into closed guard, or fire off some sort of offense, as I showed you guys on Tuesday. Okay? So we're just talking about framing. Because we're here, he's passing, my guard failed, frame. He keeps passing. Okay? And I'm constantly framing so that I can recompose, get my knees and feet in. Sometimes you put your feet in first, knees. Okay? But I have to create the space because he wants to take the space. It's more so who takes up the space on their terms is probably going to win that battle right there. So as he's passing, okay, I frame. See, he's got to get past this. So he keeps getting past it, and I'm still framing. And I bring my knees in. He's still passing, still framing. I'm still framing, passing. Okay? You fire off something, even if it's crap like that, it's still better than nothing, or else he's going to keep passing. When somebody's passing your guard, you are reacting to them. Action, reaction. I need to get myself in a position where my action causes him to react. That is offensive. Defensive is where he is acting, I'm reacting. So what I mean by that is as he's passing, I'm reacting. I have to create space, get here, a knee, a foot, here. And then all of a sudden, you're going for a sweep. You fire off that sweep, it's very, very effective. It doesn't really even take much, but even if it fails, he has to retreat. And I can get on the offensive so that I'm acting, he's reacting, and then I can now advance and at least get to the top position, okay? The other aspect of all of this is creating space. If I don't properly move my feet, hips, shoulders, feet, hips, shoulders, I'm not going to create the needed space that I'm going to take. Because if I'm here and he's passing, and I'm just here and he's passing, that didn't do me any good. Because I didn't move, I didn't create the space. He saw space, he took it, his terms, I'm reacting, now I'm flat. Okay? We're here, he's passing. All that was just framing, okay? Frame, in my interpretation, can mean a couple things. You can frame like so, where this is right angle, acute, right, obtuse, I believe, okay? I'm not a scientist, but I think that's what it means, all right? I can frame as he's pushing into me right here. It doesn't necessarily have to be a 90, but I can get here to a 90 degree. That's a very strong frame, and I want to control this arm because what he's doing is that he leads with his head, but he leads with that arm. This is the arm that's going to be problematic for me because if I'm here and I begin to block his hip, he gets my hip, keep passing, and then he begins to already take up the space because he wants to control the head. It's their left arm. If they're passing to the right, it's their left arm that you have to watch for, and their head. Because usually you lead with the head. It's very difficult for you to separate your head from your arm and all that kind of stuff, okay? So as we're here, okay, frame, he's passing, go ahead. Flip, it's just the knee, and then the foot comes in, and I'm still passing, but I controlled this hand, this arm, okay? I'm controlling his shoulder and his neck, so at least when he pushes, he's gonna push his throat in my forearm, but this hand has to do something. What good does it do me to grab here or hold on when gripping is pulling? Framing is space. This right here, you'll have a tendency to pull. Whenever you grab something, it's more to pull. I don't need to pull, I need to frame. And I need to be able to monitor this hand. Because if he can't get this hand in the game, I will recover guard, okay? Back here. So look, for him, it's the opposite. His primary offense really is with his hand, elbow, head. My primary is my feet, knees, okay? And I back it up with hands and elbow. So as he's going, he's passing, frame here, he's passing. See, his movement forward enables me to move. But see how I'm on my back? Go ahead, pass. I need to be able to also move my hips because my feet up in the air doesn't do me any good, but I need my knees inside my hip line where I'm strong. So that you see how I move, it's just a momentary tap of the foot, moving the hip and shoulder. So it's feet, hips, shoulders, feet, hips, shoulders. If you do not move your shoulders back, it's going to be feet, hips, or what? Feet, more hips, and then north south. Feet, more hips, and then you're just spinning, and then you just sit there and say, okay, well, I'm just going to wait till you go north south. Look at Christian, second stride, all anatomically correct. Go. Frame, frame. See my knees are in. Feet, go ahead. Okay. So frame, feet, hips, shoulders, recompose. Knees in, feet in. This is weak. This is strong. Your knees have to be inside your hip line. Inside of the hip line, outside. If my knees are outside of the hip line, stand up. Put my legs are thrown by. Feet. There's another example. Just grab the feet and throw them to the side. Throw them to the side, hard. Okay. See that? I don't have enough core muscles, and I think my core is pretty strong. If I'm here, okay, it's very difficult to stop that. If my knees, right here, he does that. Right? Okay? And you're able to actually still stay composed. Okay? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Try it again. 1, 2, 3. Sorry.
I want to like, hey, get those bluebells back.
And don't worry,